Hello, hello, hello. How's the volume? I feel like the volume's a little bit low, right? Okay, actually it's fine. I kind of want to get this done pretty quick because it's late. It is 1 a.m. and I already streamed today. So, yeah. Alrighty. Um, yeah, we're playing chapter 4 of Danganronpa Lapse because these characters literally will not leave my mind. I've been thinking about them all day. It's genuinely a concern. It's genuinely a concern. I am obsessed with them. Alrighty. It's gonna be trial time. I'm pretty sure we were left off on a murder, and we need to do the trial. So it's trial time. Alrighty. Let me set up real quick. I think that should be right. Yeah, we're set up. Alrighty. Lagged for a second. That's fine. Alrighty. Let's go, guys. Okay. Another visit to the trial grounds. I forgot where we left off, but it's fine. Every trace of the crime scene has been removed as if nothing happened. However, I still saw the faint phantom image of blood painting the floor burn the back of my eyes. The five of us stepped in wearily, footsteps echoing in the chamber as as we habitually navigated to our respective stands in silence. Another trial. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Literally, I never win. I literally never win. Look, two of my favorite characters are right here. Okay. When we split up, our groups had discovered a slew of information that attempted to explain our captivity. But in spite of making these discoveries that we thought would have helped, would, but despite, but in spite of making these discoveries that we thought would help us prevent further danger, another one of our group has fallen. It is unfortunate that I must greet you like this, but welcome back to the trial grounds. A fuzzy hologram of Gaia appeared before us. Oh, you're here too? Sure, whatever. Showing your face isn't really going to change anything, you know? Dot dot dot. Gaia, do you know anything about what happened to Forte? I can't say I do, but please consider my presence as an asset to your discussion. Should you need any inquiries answered, I will do my best. Jeez, this one has been nothing but useless. If anything, I would posit that Zero will, at the very least, respect my testimony. What makes you think you can pull the wool over our eyes? What if the two of you are colluding? I don't know, man. Such big words. Ha! You give her too much credit. At this point, she's nothing but an obstacle. Eve, or rather, you know her now, Gaia, knows zilch. I'm the only one who knows for certain whether you all will be voting correctly or incorrectly. After all, what kind of judge would I be if I didn't know? Freeing Gaia meant stripping her of her prize. Huh? But we're not here to talk about that. So, let's get the show on the road. Oh yeah, it's class trial time. I'm still upset that we lost one of my favorite characters. Forte was growing on me, man. Let's go over the rules, shall we? Literally every time. You're all on trial to figure out who is the culprit of today's heinous crime. The rules are as follows. Discuss, discover, and determine who the culprit is among your group. A majority vote will seal the individual's fate, and we'll just see what happens from there, yeah? One of few outcomes will occur. Determine and vote incorrectly, and the entire class is executed, with the culprit alone able to walk free and win the ultimate prize. That's the ideal endgame for the culprit. Hold on, let me close my tabs. Just wanna, because I see it lagging a little bit. It is lagging. Let me see what I can do for that. Let me see. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna pull up Task Manager and kill a ton of shit. Okay, let's see. Okay, it should be a little bit better now. Okay. Determine and vote correctly, and the culprit alone will receive proper retribution and perish at the hands of your group decision. Whew! You might live to see another day. Our victim today is Forte Solo, the ultimate opera singer. It's a real shame we never got to hear that bass baritone voice of his. French, I don't know. Wait, what does the French say? That's life. Bro, why is it so laggy? I'm upset. Why is it so laggy right now? You know what? What if we try to... Okay, hold on. I'll do something real quick. How about we restart the game? Because it's being way too laggy for my likes. Here. Let's go to my be right back screen. Yes, quit. I'm gonna try something. I don't like how laggy it is. It is not ideal. Okay, there you go. Let's see if this helps. Let's see. I just realized the audio hasn't been, this desktop audio hasn't been on. Doesn't really matter that much, but okay. Hold on. Okay, there you go. Let's see if it works a little bit better now. I'm gonna be upset if it isn't gonna work better, but it's fine. We'll live. So, you know what to do? You know what to do. I'm sure you'll get this done. I'm sure you'll get this one done real quick. Zero chuckled to himself after his brisk opening statement. It's so laggy. Why? I'm trying to figure out what the heck is causing this. Why is it so laggy? Is it because I streamed Minecraft before? That's a possibility. I literally have everything, like, okay, hold on. Let's just try to close, like, actually everything. Please perform better. Okay. We all stared at each other from the circumstances of the stand. From the circumference. We all stared at each other from the circumference of the stands, our eyes locking onto the most suspicious. Say, don't waste your breath on this. There's an obvious answer. Is that so? Let us be the judge of that. This case is going to be difficult, but we need to try. Though I desperately wished this wouldn't happen again, a culprit must be found. First things first. We can't ignore the fact that Sei was right in the middle of the crime scene, drenched in blood, presumably from the victim himself. It is ineffable, the sheer amount of evidence proving that you are at fault for this. Make your own judgment. Fine. There's no way around the fact that no one else could have killed Forte, but I suppose I'll entertain you. Let's clear up everyone's alibi. When the 6 of us split up, the two groups were as follows. Missy, Forte, and Sei went to investigate the floors we've seen. Cannon, Echo, and I went to investigate beyond the foyer doors. Here is when Gaia's statement will prove useful. Yeah. Me, Lyle, and Cannon were together with her for a majority of the afternoon down in the testing chambers. That is correct. I have not left the testing chambers since my release. As for supporting Lyle and Echo's statement, I did not see anyone leave the testing chambers. Nevertheless, I unfortunately took no notice when Cannon supposedly left. Yeah, Cannon, you managed to slip out unnoticed while Lyle and I spoke to Gaia. Where did you go? I had to step out. Step out? Into where? Oh, and where to? Back to the main wing so you could sneak around and plot something on your own? Cannon in the main wing? If she were involved in Forte's murder, she never made herself known during our journey. The 3 of us didn't see a trace of her when we explored the rooms, and only the 3 of us went up in the elevator before Forte's demise. So, only the 3 of you went up. Missy, is there anything else you can tell us about your group's exploration? Forte is no longer with us, and Sei is obvious culprit number 1. And Sei might be unreliable. Doesn't the blood speak for itself? Sei, one moment. I'd hate to commit to a conclusion so hastily, so I would like to know what occurred leading to the events that caused my side of the investigation to unravel so grievously. The 3 of us moved as one unit in the main wing for the entirety of our investigation. Like I said, we all entered the trial grounds together. And, well, I cannot speak more plainly about what occurred after, though I wish more than anything it were untrue. But that wish is nothing but dust. The slash that has been carved in proves this. It was Sei. Sei turned the dagger on me. Clear as day. Sei Kono is the culprit behind Forte Solo's murder. Hold it. If you asked me to act right now, I wouldn't lay a vote against Sei. I was the only one present when she made her assault. I should know what her motive to cause harm was, and I say it was not with murderous intent. Sei still harmed you though. That action alone could be indicative of more. Case in point, the very poignant murder of Forte. Are you trying to protect her? Wait, are you protecting her? What do you even have to gain from doing something like that? Hang on, if Missy has an explanation, then we should hear her out. I'm still apprehensive about voting too quickly, especially when we haven't yet established any rhyme or reason. Indeed, my testimony is not driven by a want to gain anything except the truth. Would I not be endangering myself if I voted against Sei? Ugh. I see where this is going. Knowing how tiresome you all are, you want to dig for a reason behind these sort of things, despite seeing the conclusion could not be more telling. Fine, let's talk about motivation. Just cut to the chase, will you? That would be helpful. After all, Zero explicitly delivered motivations in different targeted ways over the course of the afternoon. Motivations. What could have caused Sei to turn the dagger against Missy, and possibly against Forte as well? And did hearing the other motivations cause someone else to behave differently? Hopefully, in turn, we might get an answer to Lyle's question of what Missy might have to gain if she potentially were protecting Sei. Discussion commence. Let's see what everyone has to say about their specific motives. My motive was a photograph. My motive, along with Cannon's, was delivered shortly after our group part ways. A photograph, the bloody portrait of a friend whom the dagger once belonged. Sei, the announcement didn't direct any sort of gift to you. That's right. And Lyle, your motive, it was the blackout, the result of my fear of the dark. Okay. I don't know what I'm supposed to choose here. Photograph, part ways, bloody portrait. That's right. Am I supposed to click this? I don't get it. Well, your motive is the fear of the dark. Okay, I don't really know what I'm supposed to pick. I don't know what they're trying to make me wanna I don't know what they're trying to make me do. Let's just click Sei's first. That's true. Forte's Solomon song was announced first, and Sei's announcement of nothing followed shortly after. Did she react to the message in any way? She didn't react in any particular manner, no. Nothing is only fitting for me. Is that so? It is possible that Sei being left out might have left an impression on her. Okay. It's not the photograph. She has nothing to do with it. No, his fear of the dark is real. I don't think it... Is it this? Missy withdrew the sheathed dagger she clung onto after the second trial. I admit, I was overcome with a zealousness to confront the one we call Puppet Master, pinning the mocking photo on the wall outside the elevator with the dagger. How the dagger ended up on the trial grounds as a murder weapon, I can only suspect that Sei discreetly retrieved it in the wall and concealed it on her person before attacking me in a state panic. So we're able to track the dagger's origin to you, but you claim you have left it in the wall adorned before entering the elevator. Correct. Still wasn't sure if I could write off the conditions of Missy's wound just yet, but Missy not intentionally taking the dagger with her into the trial ground seems intentional somehow. Okay, who the fuck am I supposed to choose? Am I supposed to choose Cannon? That doesn't make any sense. Am I just supposed to click all of them? Ugh, we know that much. Care to expound on what the photograph is? No, I didn't look at it. And you want us to do you want us to suspect you? For all we know, you could have been planning something from the moment you received the photograph. Wow, hang on. If Missy said she didn't see Cannon around, it's not fair to call Cannon the culprit right away. Oh, I still think there's something strange about her not being around when the lights went out. Though she claimed that she didn't look at the motive photo, Cannon's absence during a majority of the afternoon was concerning. Okay. Am I just supposed to click all of them? I just want to learn about them. Darkness? I wasn't aware of something like that occurring. I wasn't aware something like that occurred. Yeah, but if you didn't have any remembrance of it, it might have lasted for the duration you were knocked out. I see. What does my motive have to do anything with this case anyway? We already discussed that me, Echo, and Gaia were all together on the floor beneath the foyer, nowhere near the trial grounds. Well, we have to assume it affected the entire building, and that the groups upstairs also lost their visibility. The darkness occurring has to have some bearing to the timeline of events. Say, do you recall a blackout occurring? Yes. Can't believe I still have to ask, but care to elaborate at all? It's unimportant. Is that so? But during the moment before Gaia found the flashlight, it was too dark to even see my own hands in front of my. It was too dark to even see my own hand in front of my face. How would it even be possible? How would it have been possible for anyone to do anything without visibility? Based on the murder scene, we had a glaringly obvious culprit. But none of us could understand why Sei acted in such a way. To make things more confusing, Sei's the only one without a properly delivered motive. The timing and respective intensity of each individual motive, it must create some volatility in our headspaces, as far as I can tell. English is hard, man. It's a little tough to follow which ones are and aren't relevant. Though, now that I think about it, what if announcing them was the purpose of the motives? What? Announcing the motives? But why would someone else's motive affect anyone but the person it's meant for? Well, I was just thinking, I didn't receive a personalized motive either, but to hear that everyone got something. But to hear that everyone else got something, that would try to convoke. Jesus Christ. Well, I was just thinking, I didn't receive a personalized motive either, but to hear that everyone got something, that would try to provoke them to murder, wouldn't that be frightening? To hear who has motives and a reason to kill, you'd feel more tormented that others could turn on you. That's all I can think of. Sei received her motive last, at least, before Lyle's blackout. In that case, we're back on square one. Sei's the culprit. You just explained a reason she would have been motivated to kill, despite not receiving a personalized motive herself. She heard all the motives previous to hers, and must have been shaken by the potential of everyone turning on her. Discussion deadlock. It's possible, but no buts. If you need more proof, let's move on. With the advent of Missy's claim of Sei's attack in mind, the next topic is obvious. That is, the state of Forte's body. Yeah, the victim report was extremely non-specific, more than previous. Vague, on point most likely. There were an innumerable amount of stab wounds in his abdomen, likely from the dagger before it was finally stuck in his body. Stabbed? I thought... Cannon? What'd you think? Cannon quickly fell silent. Something you want to share? Oh, that's right. Cannon, you didn't even see the body, did you? No, I didn't see the body. Then, is something wrong? Nothing's wrong. Then why are you shocked that Forte was stabbed? You clearly know something. Lyle, ease back. But, please, Cannon, if you notice anything odd, we need your help. Something odd? Something odd? My help? It's... Uh-oh. What's she gonna say? What's she gonna do? I shot Forte. Guys? Why would you do that to my best boy? Why did you do that? You did what? Cannon? That's what you were up to. You better explain yourself. Not only was the revolver out of Missy's hands when we met up with her, you also have no alibi whatsoever. I would hope Cannon isn't... as contemptuous as a person you think she is to deny information as critical as when concerned. But I must know as well, when did you come to the foyer? And to what end did the revolver's last bullet entreat to have finally been spent? What the fuck are they saying? I'm so clueless. Okay, Cannon freely admitted that she caused harm to Forte, but to know why she meant to do such a thing caused an anticipation to rise in my chest. I've been suspicious of Say for a while. I had either a strange intuition or just another strain of bad luck led me on. What made me act was finally seeing that mystery announcer in the testing chamber. Echo and Lyle discovered Gaia, the voice behind Eve, so naturally. The other encapsulated person must be Say's connection. But what made you suspect Zero and Say had connection to begin with? I noticed her reaction at the first killing game announcement. She was transfixed on the voice, as if she's heard it before. It was a small detail, but I couldn't shake it. From day one, I've only been suspicious of her. I mean, you're right. By laying low, she was playing the long game. But that plan had to backfire eventually, right? So I slipped out while Gaia, Echo, and Lyle were talking. I had to investigate my apprehensions about her. Returning to the foyer, I moved wearily. But I didn't find any trace of them on the first floor. The only thing I found was a photo on the floor and a puncture mark in the wall near the elevator. I just missed them. I noticed the elevator was at the trial grounds. I called for the elevator to follow after. Upon arrival, the doors opened and Missy suddenly flung into the elevator cab with me. She dropped in, bloodied, her head hung low. I thought she might have been dead. I looked in to see who her assailant was, and I saw Say and Forte in the middle of a struggle. Forte! Oh my god, I miss him. I want him back. Even though Forte had a dagger in his hand, Say was the one with blood all over her hands. He must have pulled the weapon away from her just after her attack. My suspicions about Say were confirmed. She was under our noses the whole time, waiting for the right moment to strike. Missy's revolver had fallen out of her coat pocket. I grabbed it and didn't think twice, and I fired towards Say. I bet Forte ran in front of it. Well, I thought I did. The lights went out seconds after. I couldn't see where my shot landed. I couldn't run in and check either, since the elevator door shut in my face and mechanically returned me and Missy to the foyer. I ran. A shot was fired. Missy was unconscious, and a blackout overtook everything. Does that statement help? There, we have it. A confession. What? Wait for what? Is there any reason for us not to accept this as the truth? Well, no, but Cannon said she fired the revolver, a gun wound. Where? And that doesn't explain the lacerations. We can't ignore the one thing the Monokuma file detailed to us. There has to be some relevance. It's within reason for me to doubt that fact, aren't I? Oh. I can explain them. What? How? Because I stabbed him in the abdomen after he was shot. What? Why? There's no use in hiding it since you've confessed. Truthfully, I couldn't believe it at first, but seeing how desperate she was, I ultimately wanted to help Cannon escape. Huh? After I witnessed Cannon shoot Forte in the elevator, he fell quickly. and I saw his bracelet turn pink. I realized that because she wasn't with Lyle or Echo, Cannon would have been most likely implicated as the culprit, so I did what I had to do. I stabbed Forte's body several times near the blunt shot wound to conceal it, making it look like he had died of blood loss from the lacerations rather than the shot. And since I was the only one on the trial grounds, the blame would be redirected to me. After all, Cannon wants to leave just as much as any of us. Why not give her that advantage? No way. So Cannon became the culprit without even seeing her victim fall? Is that it? I can't argue with that. I didn't even see whether or not he died. But you're just going to accept it? All I know is I fired a shot and someone ended up dead. What else is there to say? Yes, unfortunately, as far as we know, the surrounding conditions of Forte's death is indisputable. And Say is our only eyewitness. But is that really all there is to it? Given that I ultimately wound up in the foyer, it stands to reason that Cannon indeed visited the trial grounds, causing the elevator cab to go up and bring me back down after the assault. And you witnessed that I did not find the revolver on my person after I awoke. I can't argue with that, but... Ugh, listen to you. It's all been laid out on the table. I'm not hiding anything this time. You want to keep going with this discussion because the truth is hard to swallow, isn't it? Well, I have some news for you. These trials are full of impossible to accept facts. I'm sorry for continuing this vicious cycle. So, won't you just allow me to leave with whatever is left of my dignity? Just let me receive the punishment already. No, that's not it at all. I just if there's something bothering you, then just spit it out already. Oh my god, Lyle. I couldn't help but think that there was something missing. I was racking my head for an answer, for something. The story just feels off to me. I just don't know why. Everything is out in the opening. What else is there to deliberate? Nothing. Don't be a coward. Just vote me off already. If there's no proof of another culprit, you're just endangering yourself with incorrect vote. I'm sure there's something else we can talk about that can save you. Cannon, Cannon, don't you care that you could be executed? Of course I care. But who am I to argue with these facts? They're impossible to dispute. It's my punishment, isn't it? It's only fair that I get what I deserve. I can't fight it. Oh, look at everyone. Oh my god, Echo's so short. Echo's so tiny. I didn't know what to think. None of us had an inkling of what truly occurred on the trial grounds. Cannon admitted that she fired. Cannon admitted that she shot Forte. Say claimed that the shot was what killed him. Say masked the gun wound by stabbing Forte several times, allowing Cannon a clean getaway. But since Cannon unexpectedly confessed, there was no reason for Say to keep secret the fact that she deserved the crime scene, making it appear the way it did. All I could do is take their word as truth, right? Cannon and Say's testimonies were the only thing we have to work with, yet I couldn't help but feel like there was much more to this. I was struggling to find the truth in this trial, but would it lead me to a dead end? ... A dead end. Missy said something like that when I went with her and Forte the first time. We ran into a dead end of sorts when we were when we were investigating the courtroom. We couldn't find Zero or any other hints. And then we were all killed one by one shortly thereafter. But something inexplicable occurred as my consciousness faded. I returned to the time before. I returned to the time before we split up into two groups. This time, I went with Lyle's group. I had information I never could have known if I didn't go with Missy's group first. If I knew that, I knew the testing chamber's code somehow, and that Pandora's incubated sister was Gaia, the ultimate cartographer. Was it possible that I needed to pursue this dead end? Dot dot dot. I grit my teeth. I had an absurd idea. Okay, pop off, Echo. The discussion is over. There's nothing wrong. Cannon is the culprit. I looked over at my classmates, who all had the same painted, startled expression at the finality of my decision. All of them were shocked, except Say. That's right. Nothing is wrong. Zero silently obliged, calling forward the vote screens to the other students. Everyone was dumbfounded, but with no other option laid before them, only one vote was to be made. Is it actually Cannon? No, I was slowly warming up to Cannon. What the heck? What? Is it actually? Is it seriously Cannon? No. Okay, I don't know what that says. Blank Cannon. Here, we'll see. Where's the logs? Okay, fine. We'll figure that out later. Thanks for all your hard work. Evil laugh. The room shook as the walls behind Cannon opened to reveal its dark depths. Cannon herself simply turned from her place at the stands and walked into the shadow. This is it. I fled from the stand, my feet pounding as they carried me toward the hallway beyond the walls. What on earth are you doing? I paid no attention to Gaia's call. I was pursuing that dead end. I slipped in, Gaia's startled exclamation, along with the others' shocked cries, echoing through the halls just before the walls shut. My head was thrashing from fear. Each breath I took was heavier than the last. I threw myself into an execution. Cannon! I cautiously stepped forward. A veil of darkness caused me to lose my bearings. Echo? What are you doing here? I blindly chased after Cannon's voice, each step taking enormous effort as I fought against all my instincts of self-preservation. This isn't right. What do you mean? You all voted for this. This is my punishment, isn't it? I was closing in on her. That's right. This is your punishment. This is everyone's punishment. Wait, what? Wearing machinery clicked into place as bursts of light flooded the room. The powerful lights bled through my closed eyelids, burning the back of my head. With each flash, the sound of an object darting through the air hit the floor before us, each shot approaching our very location. Cannon's cry pleaded out amidst the sound of gunfire. I am in shock. What the fuck? All I could see between the firing flashes was the silhouette of her body convulsed violently, each hit pulling her body apart. A sharp object narrowly darted past me, tearing through my coat and breaking skin. Blood began to ooze from the cut. I heard Cannon collapse before me. I started toward the sound and tried to find her, guiding my hand through the darkness in vain. Pinprick met my hand. Needles? I felt around on the ground and picked one up. It was a small, near invisible thing on its own, but when shot at high speeds, the needle became lethal. Another series of flashes fired up, blinding me. Behind flashes, I saw the mangled body that used to be Cannon, now disfigured, now a disfigured mass of, now a disfigured bloody mass. The metallic taste of blood filled my mouth, and I began to choke. A sharp pain melted its way through my throat. Echo, why would you do that? Wait, hold on, I'm gonna save real quick. We can always go back to this save. I didn't save close enough. I didn't save. Okay, actually, did I? Yeah, this is an old save. Yeah, I'll overrun the save. I buckled immediately. Pangs of anguish overwhelmed my senses. If I was wrong about this, if I was terribly, absurdly, ridiculously wrong, then I just put my life in danger for nothing. But, ... Following this dead end, there had to be something strange. I lost my grip on the situation. I only felt pain. The terrible sensation sank into my blood. An inflaming ache rushed through every inch of my body. OMG. Bro is a time traveler. Echo's a time traveler. If there's something bothering you, then just spit it out already. I grasped at my throat. My skin was undamaged. Only the startling phantom pain of a needle that pierced my throat remained. I wiped the sweat from my brow and met the gaze of concerned faces staring back from my explanation. This is like, what's that movie? It's like Final Destination. Yeah. Cannon, alive once more, rivaled my panicked gaze with her own stoic expression. Just a few feet away from me, she was still waiting for our vote. Are you okay? Swallowing hard, I realized the purpose of these harrowing, strange occurrences. They gave me a glimpse of everything that could go wrong. Somehow, I had managed to escape death twice. Why was I able to experience an alternate history like that? I couldn't begin to fathom an explanation. I was trembling. My heart was hammering in my chest. But if there were anything like this, if this were anything like the moment before entering the testing chambers, I steadied my breathing. There had to be something useful in that moment of time between coming to a consensus on the culprit and being executed. If I gathered what I had learned from the two occurrences ending in death, perhaps I can put together a picture of what could have occurred. As far as the group was aware, the only clues we had to work with were found on the crime scene, and there weren't many to begin with. Forte's body had multiple lacerations clustered in one area due to Sei hiding the gunshot wound inflicted by Cannon. He also had a small pool of blood near the back of his head. However, the other source of blood was near the back of his head. The other source of blood near the back of his head was what bothered me. Nothing clearly visible caused the injury. I didn't know how to explain the life-saving phenomenon I just experienced, but I knew I had to take the opportunity it gave me to find the truth. Look, I still don't think we have the full picture. Please, I can't vote for Cannon. So, you're implicating Sei as well? Not exactly, but her presence is important. If you think something's missing, then shout it out. We won't know what's going on in that head of yours if you keep stopping the trial for no reason. That's the problem. I don't know where to start. I couldn't yet sway the group with the absurd notion that Cannon would be wrongly executed. I didn't have the means to explain how I knew such a thing. I just think we ought to continue deliberating the details. There's something bothering me. If you could just entertain me with this, I'd like to further address the lacerations. While Cannon admitted she shot Forte, she didn't know whether or not it was the final shot. It was the shot that killed him. She didn't know whether or not it was the shot that killed him for certain. I saw her shoot him. But let's say the shot itself didn't kill him right away. As far as I could tell, the stab wounds and subsequent hitting gun wound weren't near his vitals. They were around his lower abdomen. And remember, the condition for lifting the darkness was to kill. Cannon, when did the lights go out? They went out seconds after I fired, just before the elevator doors closed on me. The elevator was still working though. I couldn't see a thing, but I felt the cab move, bringing me back down to the floor without a hitch. After I arrived on the floor, I waited out the darkness in the elevator cab before running off to the atrium. She waited out the darkness? The darkness fell seconds after she fired. Lyle? We were just as immobilized in the testing chambers as Cannon was in the elevator cab and had to wait out the darkness as well, so that means Forte wasn't killed that means Forte wasn't killed instantly. Say must have taken advantage of his injured state and taken the dagger from him with little resistance and retaliated. He must have fallen weak from Cannon's chance shot, and when the lights went out, Say stabbed him, finishing him off to lift the darkness. ... In that case, what would you say about covering Cannon? In that case, what you said about covering for Cannon was a lie. So, you really stabbed Forte to death? Macy knows it. Cannon saw it too. I saw? I turned the dagger on Missy first. She has the scar to prove it. Forte would be next. What are you talking about? I only saw Forte with the dagger, facing off against you. Then when did Say acquire the dagger? If Forte didn't push Missy away in time, she would have fallen instead. No, you couldn't mean that. And why not? I had planned the attack after I saw you pin the dagger into the wall. I took it. If you were planning to attack, why didn't you do it sooner? You had a perfect opportune time when we were all in the elevator going to the trial ground. You're asking... Oh wait. Why are they talking so fast? Stop talking so fast. Okay. You're asking why I didn't attack sooner? What was stopping you from doing so at every private opportunity? I'm challenging you to convince me of your malicious intent. It's not something I wish to hear, but... Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I want to know. This doesn't make any sense. Why would Say protect me only to endanger herself? That's enough. We're not getting anywhere like that. But this is discussion. It's impossible to make heads or tails of it. We had a culprit pinned from the start. Say. But we drew out the trial only for Cannon to take ownership for a hidden gun wound, and now we really are back to square one. Say met the requirement for lifting darkness and hid the gun wound, so we would vote wrong. Neither me, Missy, nor Echo were at the scene. So basing on conjecture on the testimonies of the two most suspicious people is it's impossible. Damn it. How could we possibly find the truth based on their word and word alone? I understood Lyle's frustration, but barring all discussion so far, there has always been an obvious culprit staring right at our faces. But something inside me kept resisting the easy answer. I simply could not accept Sei as the culprit. I had to think. Those strange occurrences ending in death. I learned something. I learned something I normally would not have. Oh my god, I'm so bad at reading. Okay, I skipped that. Sorry, my bad. With no tangible proof of what I needed to express, I put the faith in the facts learned from my memories of the events, hoping something would work out. I put my faith in believing no one here could kill, not after what happened twice already. Just why did I experience those strange occurrences? In the two scenarios, my life was gravely threatened, and yet here I stood. I still, and yet I still stood here with memories of those events. After all, they had to happen for a reason, right? It was far fetched, but I had to utilize what I learned, with hopes that the facts learned would guide me in the right direction. Okay. Okay. I have to think about what I've come to know. The information I learned when we visited Cyrus's room, it was about the killing game. The game was an experiment to see who would survive and win to overcome other ultimate students. Big God, hard. I'm tired. Okay. In the game, participants were paired with other close students to create friction between relations. This is like kind of laggy. The game was set up to sow chaos and disorder. Sei was listed alongside the former student Akihiko, now known to us as Zero. After Missy, Forte, and I came to the dead end in our search, we discovered Cannon had been killed. Missy and Forte fell shortly after. Then I, the last one standing, heard the voice of the assailant say. She pled for an escape. But in my near-death haze, I could recall Zero himself telling Sei, "You don't want the prize." That even after eliminating everyone, killing wasn't the answer. I was whisked back in time somehow, back to the decision that would bring me to this point, alive. Those were things I learned before falling to my demise. Falling for a sparse moment, that is. Finding new life mysteriously breathed into me. I wandered a different path, utilizing information that I learned from my previous experience. And that information had led us, here to contemplate another murder. Oh my god. Okay, the frames are fine. It's not dropping that much, so we'll live. Foolish to think that the experience would be my last, as I would come to relive near death again. Foolish to think that the experience would be my last, as I would come to relive near death once again, when our discussion came to a deadlock. This time, I risked emulating the strange death end occurrence to pursue the thing I believed was missing from Forte's murder. It was a brief experience, but I saw the method Zero used to dispose of Cannon. Small, near-invisible needles shot at high speed, and something else before returning here, and a little else before returning here. I hope the lag ends soon. Oh my god. Hold on, let me let the stream catch up. Let me let the stream catch up. Yeah, we're letting the stream catch up for a second. Yippee. Oh my god, they're skipping like crazy. Never mind, I'm wrong. Okay, we're back. The truth felt close, but I felt an apprehension rising in my chest. Say, tell me, what happened after Cannon shot Forte? What happened? I stabbed Forte. How many times do I have to tell you? You stabbed Forte, but you didn't kill him? Oh, did you kill him? Isn't it obvious? It's not. Cannon claims that before she shot you, Forte was the last one in possession of the dagger. The lights went out shortly after, and from that point, no one else can really say who had the dagger. Oh, crud. The game is lagging, I'm pretty sure. I might have to completely redo this trial, but not on stream. I might have to record it on my own. Because this is gonna be really bad for like, if I want to use it as like a playthrough. You know? But yeah. Wait, I realize I'm in the Minecraft category. Hello? Hold on, I'm being stupid. Let me change real quick. Also, the frames are skipping a lot, so I might let the game just like relax, chill out for a second. I realize I'm in Minecraft. What the heck? It's being silly. Okay. Let's just chill. Let's just chill for a second. Let's just let the stream like chill out, because like my Streamlabs is like, you're skipping frames. You're skipping 100% of your frames. That's not good news. Okay, let's keep going. Okay. Oh wait, I skipped it. I didn't mean to. Okay. And though the dagger was plunged into Forte's abdomen, giving us the impression that of it being the murder weapon, I couldn't help but think otherwise. Primarily because of the scenario we found ourselves in. There was a constant pressure put upon us with personalized motives spread throughout our exploration, that is, until Lyle's final personalized motive. With a heavy darkness to stoke our fear, we would be scrambling until someone acted maliciously from the previously set pressure. I couldn't even see my own hand in front of my face, let alone begin to think of a plan to kill and get away with it. So to carry it out to fruition would be near impossible. If the entire building was indeed plunged in such thick darkness, I can't help but think, how can any of us have killed Forte? That's interesting phrasing. Yeah, what are you on to? Recall when our group split. Zero mentioned something interesting. So you all decided to split up, huh? That's alright. No sweat off my back, figuratively speaking, obviously. Thanks to your fancy bracelets, I can still locate where you are. There's no escaping for you quite yet. It seems he was able to know our whereabouts within the building. In this case, he was able to locate us from our bracelets. Are you implying Zero had taken moves to actively, though discreetly, participate in the game with us? There was no going back. Yes. I believe Zero might have been I believe Zero might have had a hand in killing Forte. That's nonsense. Have you lost your mind? Where did you get this theory? I know you want us to entertain you, but this is a little bit this is a little much, isn't it? Lyle, please. I know it's a lot to ask, but I want you to trust me. I'd like to hear where you're I'd like to hear where you're getting this funny idea from. I'd like to hear where you're getting this funny idea as well, Echo. Lyle's intense leer burned through me, but he fell silent and allowed me to continue. He must be observing my next unpredictable move, just like when I suggested knowing the testing chamber's code. Zero idly gazed back at me, a complete poker face masking whatever scheme he was plotting. I felt a strange sense of conviction. That connecting and execution method with the mysterious pool of blood that was behind Forte's head would lead me to the answer I was seeking for. I had to use what I learned from Cannon's execution's dead end, the fact that Zero had prepared a barrage of needles. It's as Missy said, the more he talks, the faster his options will diminish. If Zero's readying himself for an explanation, this was my opening to draw something out of him. Zero, I want the truth. The truth that you're behind this. The truth? Heh. Let's see if you can find it. Discussion commence. You're making a ridiculous accusation, you know. How could I have possibly killed a student? I can only operate from within the courtroom. Zero is goading me. His voice is unwavering, but there's a statement somewhere I can use. Yes, as far as we've seen, you can only operate within the courtroom. But that's where the body turned up, isn't it? Not much was obvious. The announcement summoned us to the courtroom, and there's no evidence of the crime being moved from one place to another. Okay. What weapons do you suppose I could have killed him with? Oh, wait, sorry. The only weapon available was the dagger. Hold on, be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Sorry. Alright. The only weapon available was the dagger. Say admitted to using it. And I definitely didn't electrocute or use supersonic on anyone this time around. Face it, there's nothing in the courtroom that shows I had anything to do with this. The location. Okay. Location? Let's see, what are you trying to get me to do? Echo, please. I don't know what you're trying to get me to do. That's true that there's nothing. Oh, it's true that there was nothing in the courtroom. But there are things beyond the courtroom walls. Namely, the tools used for executions that you clearly have some agency over. You conveniently omitted the cause of death because it would have implicated someone else, someone not from our group. Based on what everyone knows, it sounds far-fetched, but to me, it's the only thing that made perfect sense. Zero seemingly had no power in the courtroom, proven by the fact that during the past two trials, the hologram's purpose had been purely cosmetic. That said, the machinery hiding behind the trial walls themselves could very well suffice, not only as tool for execution, but for murder in of itself. That's how it's gonna be, huh? Oh. So you're implying I took Forte beyond the walls, executed him, and dumped the body back out? Why wouldn't I just execute him and leave his body for the rest of the punished students? He didn't do anything to receive execution anyway. I'm not so heartless. You know. Haha. You're missing a piece in your argument. Hi, Lyle. Hello. Echo. Hey. Lyle, be quiet. Shut up. Echo's doing their thing, okay? Echo's doing their thing. Leave them alone. Echo, this discussion is going nowhere. What would Zero even have to gain from participating? I have nothing to gain from intervening. But, and in my position, I certainly have nothing to lose. If the ultimate prize is so desirable that even an arbiter of the game would want to win it, why didn't Zero simply eliminate us from the start? Lau brought up a good point. I haven't unearthed anything useful from Zero yet. And it's within reason that if Zero wanted the prize as well, we wouldn't have survived this long. So there must be a reason why. Hang on. Nothing to lose. The location and method was clear to me, but the motivation stumped me. I had to concentrate. If Zero truly had nothing to gain by executing us all, why did he only now carry out a plan to murder one of the game participants? If he had nothing to gain, there must be something that he didn't want to lose, something he wanted to keep. Something or someone, say. Zero and Say, they have some sort of connection. That very connection could become the motive I'm looking for. Kanon noted seeing Forte with the dagger last, just before the lights went out. Since Say is unscathed and the room showed no signs of a gunshot in the wall, it's clear Forte must have taken the shot. If Forte had the dagger the entire time, he could have used it against Say, and if Zero were observing his offensive against her, then he would have reason to consider Forte a threat to Say. That has to be it. It's impossible for me to assert with any certainty what exactly occurred in the courtroom. However, I can't think of a reason why it happened. Yeah, right. And it's not for the ultimate prize. Like Lyle said, if the ultimate prize was so desirable, why wouldn't Zero get rid of us all from the beginning? In that case, winning the ultimate prize has nothing to do with why Zero acted. Although he isn't strictly a participant, he's still involved. That involvement. There's something connecting us as the participants to him as an overseer. Lyle, you have something important that will complete the picture. The note. It reads, if you recognize one of the symbols depicted, then you have finally found me and are safe. Please do not speak of the note's existence. Trust no one but yourself. Lyle discovered this note in the pantry after seeing Say duck in there for a brief moment. Say must have known something as early as the third day, no, even earlier, since Zero's emblem was shown on the second day. It's like Kanon said, when the killing game announcement came on, Say must have been clued in on the person behind it. She's known all this time and played us for a fool by ducking out of confrontation. Say is the other insider. Her student profile didn't explicitly document any involvement in the game, but her files were paired along with Akihiko's, the one we currently call Zero. On the second day when Zero summoned us to the atrium to present a special gift. This note must have been it. Based on what we know, it's clear Sei must have some insight on who Zero is. However, instead of thinking Sei was a spy within our ranks convening with Zero to plot against us, Zero is trying to bridge the gap between participant and arbiter to intervene with Sei's safety. Huh? Wait. But even if that's the case, why would Sei go out of her way to direct the attention of implicating herself as the culprit? Isn't that action in diametric opposition? Isn't that action in diametric opposition of what you're implying? No, I killed Forte. He deserved it after all. Forte did not deserve dying. He was my best boy. Okay, he was good. I'm still upset that he had to die, man. I literally never win. I have a new favorite character. Boom, dead. I never win. There's no winning for me. Okay. She would be forsaking her own safety by placing the blame on herself, the false culprit, causing us to vote incorrectly and inevitably causing us all to die. Zero has nothing to do with it. What Sei did to Forte during this trial was of her own volition, shattering the connection between her and Zero. If he killed to keep her safe, she completely threw the sentiment out the window. I'm the only culprit. Vote for me. Well, Zero, what do you have to say about all this? You'll never know the answer if you don't vote. If Sei confessed, what's stopping you from accepting her judgment as truth? You want to believe your friend, don't you? What's stopping me? I want to believe that she could never do something like that. Is that's it? Just like your completely out of this world conjecture. Okay. Conjecture? Just like your completely out of the world conjecture about me interfering, you have no tangible basis to trust her either. Such irresponsible thinking could lead you to an execution, you know. Zero wasn't going to be shaken so easily. But the fact that his arguments are lofty and just as intangible gave me some solace that I could turn the trial around. I could do so by focusing on the subject of his motivation. Sei, I'm not going to vote for you. You're the only one who knows what happened for certain. So please tell us why. Why are you trying so hard to make us vote incorrectly? You can't possibly want us all to get executed, do you? That's exactly what I want. Complete execution. Well, I saw it coming. Sigh. Even though Cannon admitted to something she didn't do, I went with it for the sake of redirecting the vote. Regardless if he voted for her or voted for me, it was going to be wrong, and we'd all face execution. And we would finally be freed from this horrible game. Sei, you couldn't possibly believe leading us to our demise is the right answer. Why not? It's dramatic. I hate it. Pandora's gone, Art is gone, Cyrus is gone, Ashley is gone, and now Forte is gone because of me. I can't stand any more of this. The pain and suffering, it's endless. Yeah, that's kind of what happens, you know, in a killing game. Well, what'd you expect? Zero killed Forte to protect me, but I don't care. I don't know who Zero is anymore. I came all this way to find the shell of someone I knew. When will this nightmare end? When can we escape? Even if we don't kill, someone dies, and we're still stuck. We're trapped, and I'm tired of believing in something that will never happen. I have nothing to lose and nothing to gain. Why keep going? What's the point of fighting? Everyone's slipping out of my fingers, and I'll be left alone. Damn, that's kinda deep. Alone? Say, look around you. You're not alone. What? You said you have nothing to lose. What about the people standing before you? We are enduring the pain, the guilt, the torment of surviving for nothing. Endurance? Survival? I have not seen this before. Wait, hold on, shut up, be quiet for a second. We can figure this out together. Okay. Argue? Say is spiraling. I need to convince her that she's not alone. That this fight is worth fighting. Yo, what do I do? What do I do? Help! Wait. Is it? Well, that's not bad. It's not bad. Argue? I'm trying, man. Okay, let me see the controls real quick. Am I supposed to do something? Take a screenshot, log, menu. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, man. What do you want me to do? I'm clueless. Okay. What do I do? What am I arguing? What am I doing? Oh, just clicking? Okay, we can do this. You guys can read it instead. I'm okay. I'll just click this. I'm clicking. But a complete execution won't solve the problem. There's another way out, I'm certain of it. There must be, so please help me. Cookie clicker comes in handy this time around. Shut up, girl. Okay. Forget. I want to stop this game too, but we shouldn't forget about the turmoil our friends went through. Pandora, Art, Cyrus, Ashley, and Forte. We can't simply abandon our memories of them in the past. I'm not going to stop the game by voting for you. I'm not going to abandon my memory of you either. Wait, hold on. I clicked the log on accident. I'm gonna have to like look back at this myself. Okay. Wait. I just used my cheat button. My cheating clicking button. That's not true. Oh my god, Echo looks so cool. Okay, are we done? That was a little bit long. The truth of hopelessness was staring us straight in the face. There was no denying it. But I felt a desire to combat the terror that hung over us. And above all, after experiencing what Say told okay, I'm tired. After experiencing what Say did to us out of desperation, I felt a responsibility to vouch for her innocence, the only way I knew how. Say, you're not alone. You're here with us, as our friend. And you're not alone in feeling scared or hopeless. Everyone's trying their best to keep their head above the water. I don't know what will happen after this, or if we'll even make it out, but we have to try. But I did a horrible thing to Forte. Isn't this ending what I deserve? It's not your fault. How can you know that? I believe you. Please, I don't want us going through anything like this again, so you're not so you're the only one who knows for certain who the culprit is. The game will surely be over after we uncover the last truth. After all, you didn't kill Forte. I miss Forte. I want him back. How could I? Of course I didn't kill him. I was so scared. Hold on, sorry. Alright. Echo was right. Echo was right about the motives. The fact that little by little everyone was being pushed some way or another into distress, I felt the pressure mounting. Who was to know what sort of motive would be delivered? I took the dagger to protect myself. I couldn't possibly know what was going on in anyone's head after those motives, could I? I wasn't even relieved that I didn't get a motive because I couldn't help but think that about everyone else's, that everyone would be given a reason to turn on one another. And when Forte said he would take matters into his own hands, I feared my life. I froze after I slashed at Missy, and he overtook the dagger. Oh, I miss Forte. I want him back. I wasn't even this sad over Cyrus. No, actually, I was pretty sad about Cyrus. But oh my god, I want him back. What Cannon saw was only half the story. He did appear to have the advantage over me, but it was just a performance. A performance for the only possible person in the audience. Bang. Oh yeah. Darkness, okay. The lights went out. Darkness, Lyle's gift, direct from his fears to you. Only murder will lift the darkness. What the? Forte and I were plunged into a never-ending darkness. Even though I hadn't moved, I couldn't even tell where the floor was. But somehow, he found me. Don't move a muscle. And it seemed he quickly took action to meet the darkness lifting condition. Finally, Forte had a dagger pointed at my throat. I could feel the chilling, cold steel just inches away. Finally, I thought the time had stopped. Forte was still as a stone, with the dagger poised for my end. He whispered something so low, I thought I had imagined it. A stage where every man must play a part, and mine, a sad one. No, Forte! Forte! And then, Forte just fell. When the lights returned, I saw his body laying face up. A small pool of blood was forming behind his head. And when I looked up to see the trial grounds walls close steadily, and the Zero hologram with this awful, satisfied expression, he made a gesture, like he was holding an invisible camera. Zero clued me in on who he's going to mark as a culprit, even though Zero killed Forte himself. Zero planned on manipulating the outcome of the trial. I could see the trial play out in my head. Forte's gun wound would have been the decisive clue. The pool behind his head probably thought just to be from the falling impact. I couldn't believe it. Forte was killed because of me, and Cannon was going to be framed because of me. I picked up the dagger Forte dropped. If the true culprit was never going to be found, I was going to make the trial easy and direct the blame toward me, so the wrong vote and executions following could happen right away. Then, you wouldn't have to suffer a long trial. Well, your plan failed because you guys are suffering a pretty long goddamn trial. And this dreadful game could finally come to an end. Yippee. Well, not yippee. It's actually sad yippies. After all, It's my fault Forte was pushed to do such a thing to himself. Killing is the only answer here. He was forced into a corner, using me as bait to sacrifice himself to Zero. He went through those lengths for me? Why didn't he just kill me and be done with it? I miss Forte. I want him back. I want him back. I couldn't understand what happened. So I thought if I led the trial to an incorrect vote, then the game would end without me having to do that terrible thing. And we'd be free from this trap. But Zero saved me. He took you out of harm's path. At least, that's what he thought he was doing. Say, you knew that he was trying to manipulate the blame off you. So, why did you still try to redirect the vote to yourself? Because I have nothing else to look forward to. I ended up here for one reason or another, and all signs have pointed toward demise. Because even after all that, whoever that Zero is, he isn't my friend anymore. And now I have nothing. Say, you must know by now we're here for you. Macy's right. We have been trapped, that much is certain, but we're not isolated. We have each other, and together we can help each other build up hope for escape. You don't need to act alone. Man, Forte died for no reason. Akihiko, we both wanted to save someone. You don't truly think this was the answer, do you? Manipulating a trial like this, it's unruly. Akihiko isn't here anymore. Since giving himself up to the game, his consciousness has been long gone. Being so disillusioned by the way he and fellow ultimates were treated, he dropped everything and let himself be consumed with despair. It's poetic, isn't it? He gave himself up because the game was the only thing he could cling to. It gave him purpose. In fact, Gaia was still holding on to Killing Game 2. Can you really trust her? After all, she oversaw the game just as I am. Before you released her, that is. All she did was watch and let Pandora die. You have no idea the sacrifice I went through. I see the idea that you think I idled and watched her die. And what have you done since to prevent it? You didn't try to stop her assailant like I did you? Hold on. Okay. So, do you think Gaia's on your side? Spouting empty sentiment and rolling over, doing nothing but watch the game carelessly take lives? I'll tell you what. Your friend Gaia here did something very interesting. Don't you dare demonize what I did. Excuse me? I never killed anyone in my game. You, on the other hand. Why, you disgust me. I invited you to open the foyer doors so one of these fools could deliver your punishment. They have no reason to trust you after all. There are no rules, save for one. Those who kill should not get away with it. Let me give it one more try. ... Gaia is your friend. Not a chance. She has played this game before, and will do anything to keep herself from losing going forward. Even from the winner's circle, she did what she could to gain the advantage. She's the one who trapped you in this ship. Ship? Even if someone won this game, there was nowhere to go. You're completely sealed in. Left to die in isolation, confined in the walls. It's crazy, isn't it? In fact, trapping you all may be trapping you all may be a ploy for her to kill again. Why not? It will prove once more that she's deserving of being called an ultimate. You don't understand what I had to do. Oh, of course I don't understand. You're the one giving hope to these people, yet all you've done is cause trouble. Unfortunately for you, I control what occurs in this Unfortunately for you, I control what occurs in this vicious circle. And I'm using this power to keep safe. Keep me safe? You should have never brought me here in the first place. I know, I was tricked. This game is a farce. I won the killing game that preceded this one, and received the ultimate prize. The prize of a lifetime of suffering. That's the prize? The prize? Within a group of extremely talented individuals, should someone defeat their fellow ultimate students and come out on top, their efforts and achievements would be highly prized, wouldn't they? To see who could come out on top. That was the experiment the preservation project was conducting. The project wanted to gather the very best of the best for the sake of the future, as it were. The Despair program has ruined what semblance of Akihiko remained, creating this Zero persona. Zero was the false name you had ran under the previous game, after all. It's no surprise to me that it's being used again under the guise of a killing game operator. Despite that, Akihiko's will to protect Sae persists in Zero's memory. Akihiko's will to protect Sae persists in Zero's memory. Forte must have taken the risk to see whether or not the entity connected to Sae would act. I hardly recognize him anymore. His voice is the same, but I don't know who that is anymore. There's no trace left. That's right. He's a shell of his former self. The game and all its terror now The game and all its terrors now inhabit the ultimate radio host. Aki wanted to erase the wrongdoing he committed in the game, man. Question mark? Okay. Ready? Ready for what? Stop! They're fighting. The hologram cracked in and out. The program was fighting itself right before our eyes. Gibberish. Your efforts are wasted. Okay, continue. You gave yourself up to despair, and yet you still try to deliver a signal of hope? You defied your own actions. The very self-preservation actions that saved you in the last game. What happened to that selfishness? I'll bury you! The arbiter we called Zero was fighting itself, its current form and a former form, trying to make sense of its own actions. That's something. That's a code for something. I don't know what it is, but we'll figure it out later. What's happening? Conflict we can't control. I have a last-ditch effort prepared if we cannot just overcome the darkness. The lights became shuddering. The lights shuddered as we watched Zero's fight unfold. Heh. The Zero entity fought its way to dominance, greeting us with its haunting grin. Well. I guess you caught me, eh? Ha, fine. The jig is up. I won't resist since I've been thoroughly caught in the act by some triumph of hope or whatever nonsense you want to admit. After all, I want to be doing your efforts justice to keep fighting back after you went through so much trouble. It might have been some rotten luck to it must have been some rotten luck that got you out of this one, huh? Who are you, Echo? I don't know how you, a talentless nobody, managed to realize the trick I pulled off. By all accounts, you should you you should have all been executed by now. If all if all went according to my manipulation, if all went according to my manipulation, Cannon should be a pincushion, and the rest of you dropped in an incinerator. Although, what's stopping me from letting that happen? I'll execute myself and bring you all with me. Don't you dare! This is the last show with your host Zero, signing off today's cast with eternal dead air. Evil laugh. Ooh, the lights bloomed. The lights bloomed violently, oversaturating the trial grounds with a blast of glaring heat. Damn it! No! A tremor tore through a tremor tore through the room. The sound of metal creaking filled the halls, and the lights flickered dazzlingly as we all struggled to gain footing. Everyone, get down and cover your head and neck. We all dove to the floor, each quake jolting us to and fro with ease. Kathunk. Kathunk. No. The shaking came down. The shaking came down to a low rumble. The ground eventually settled into stillness once more. The lights returned to a dim glow, and the 5 of us cautiously rose to our feet. The trial grounds were quiet. Where's that bastard Zero? Lyle leapt to his feet, darting around the trial ground for a sign of the arbiter. Are you alright? A concerned, static-filled hologram of Gaia illuminated the room. We're fine, no thanks to you. I'm sorry, I didn't anticipate the superstructure would have yet buckled under pressure, but seeing as Zero overloaded the systems, the adverse effect of his self-inflicted execution may have sped up the process. What are you talking about? That doesn't explain where you that doesn't explain where you were and why you weren't. Okay, what are you talking about? That doesn't explain where you were and why you're never helpful. Lyle, come on, we're all fine, aren't we? I helped Cannon to her feet, and as Missy did the same with Say. Are you okay, Cannon? A little shaky, but I'm in one piece. Thanks. Missy, Say, we're all right. That is a relief to hear. So, that's it, right? Huh? Zero's gone. The game is over. We're done here, aren't we? So let's get the hell out of here. Hang on. He's gone. He's gone, but but there are so many more unanswered questions. First of all, he said we're on a ship. Even if we get out, we're still stuck, drifting out in sea. Yeah. If there was a wholly unknown testing chambers below us this entire time, it's within reason that there's a helm hidden somewhere else as well. Gaia, was it? He said you were responsible for such a thing. Is this true? Gaia sighed. I will answer your questions in due time. For now, I would like to ask you all to rest for a spell before coming down to the testing chambers. It's been a long few days for you all. What? And let you jump ship through a concealed exit passageway while our guards are down? No way. Lyle, I understand your desire to push forward, but a break will allow us to sort out our thoughts. Please, I'm not going anywhere. I will await your arrival. I'm pretty sure Gaia needs more sleep than we do, I'm not gonna lie. Gaia's hologram clips out as the rest of us shuffled idly. Lyle huffs and shrugs as he made his way to the elevator. It looks like that was the end. There was no vote, no execution, just the end. Although Zero's destruction provided some relief, I still left uneasy. There was still so much uncertainty that was lurking before us. I sighed. I'm tired. I miss Forte. I miss Forte and Cyrus so much. The rest of us followed Lyle into the elevator, and together we returned to the foyer. Us remaining 5 students left the trial ground in the shadow for good. I'm so sad. Forte, and Cyrus. I'm so sad. I miss them. I miss them so much. Interesting. I was wondering why there was like an anchor. Don't tell me that's the end. Okay, hold on. Let me save. Epilogue. Lyle, Missy, Kenan, Say, and myself. Only 5 of us remained. Our group brutally cut in half by the game we were forced to participate in, found its final survivors. In that very same order, we trudged out of the elevator cab and returned to the foyer. I'm going ahead. Don't wait up. I want answers. Gaia had better fess up about all this. Hang on, Lyle. I want to talk to her first. Alone. Why? I just need to know why she gave me a talent. How could she know something like that? Something I'm not even aware of. Why me? Please, I need to know what's going on. Alright. But being an ultimate student isn't all it's talked up to be. It's a world of misfortune. I know. Lyle shuffled off toward the foyer door's entryway. The rest of the students stood by as well. No one else was ready to go down. I wondered what was going through everyone's mind right now. Let's talk to Cannon. Cannon, are you okay? I don't know. Cannon bit her lips. Not lips. Cannon bit her nails, a sullen expression taking over. Maybe it's guilt or something, but something in me wishes I did actually kill Forte. Why? So I didn't have to sit with this feeling, this melancholy I'm feeling right now. I always told myself that I was just a spectator whenever I took photos. It was just easier to detach myself from the emotions of the subject. There's something more tolerable in seeing someone else experience what is occurring in the photo. But it was thanks to you that we found the answer in this. But it was thanks to you that we found the answer in those awful trials. I guess. And you didn't actually kill him with that gunshot either. There's no reason for you to feel guilty. It's not that simple. I know, but you shouldn't wallow in those what if feelings. It's too painful to just bottle up. You really helped us out a lot. Oh, you helped us out a lot, really. I suppose, but I never wanted to get so involved. I never got the opportunity. I never got the opportunity to do so before all this. But I want to apologize properly after I turned down your photo. Don't worry about it. In fact, just forget it. Just forget it. I didn't particularly like the photo anyway. No, I shouldn't have been so harsh. I stuffed my hands in my pocket. I stuffed my hands in my coat pocket. Huh? Somehow, I found the torn photo. Somehow, I found the torn photo in my pocket. I lined the two halves together. Here, you should keep it. I know you weren't really close with anyone, but well, I just hope you know we still think of you as a friend. Kenan carefully took the two pieces from the inside. Thanks. Let's get out of here alive. Oh my god, this is the first time we see Kenan smile. That's crazy. So, the game is over. We can only assume. Gaia probably knows more about the situation though. It gives me peace of mind to learn that none of us would perpetuate the mutual killing game. That said, she let out a weary sigh. Even my fortitude had its limits. You say that no one would You said that no one would perpetuate it, but Sei tried to further the game, didn't she? She went so far as to hurt you. Would you believe me if I said I didn't feel malice in her actions? Huh? Fear is a fiercely powerful tool that shakes us out of our most rational thought. The threat of life strikes the heart of any primal existence, doesn't it? Chalk it up to a knee-jerk reaction. I posed the potentially dangerous question that caused Sei to react sporadically. Remember, she did have the dagger for a period of time before our entering the trial. She could have taken any open opportunity if she was driven by malice. An odd move, but it was her move nonetheless, and my move will be to forgive it. What move is next for us, do you think? Missy pondered the question for a minute. No idea. We will reach land, presumably with Gaia's assistance, and once we're there, a myriad of options are laid before us. Do we rejoin family? Do we make moves to seek out the Preservation Project group? Do we attempt to make the next of kin for those who... Do we attempt to find the next of kin for those who died during the game? The future is uncertain. Yeah. If we start small, we'll know where to go next though. Let's focus our energy on escaping first. I could not have said it better myself. Sei. ... If I'm supposed to like Sei, I still don't like Sei. I'm sorry. Are you okay? I'm sorry. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know anyone cared. The only answer I could see was to have it all come to an end, once and for all. If we died, then we didn't have to suffer anymore. It would be an easy way out, but through that suffering, we'll find things to live for as well. I'm sorry again. You don't have to be sorry. I understand it must have been frightening to be alone. I mean, I'm right there with you. But we're not alone now. You have me, Lau, Missy, and Kenan. Sei turned to me with a gentle smile, and I returned the small gesture. We'll be okay. We'll make it out of here soon enough. It's strange. When you say we'll be okay, it feels like it could be true. But what comes next? I don't know. I want to see Ashley's father. I think I have a responsibility to tell him what happened to her. And after that, I only know. Oh, well, one thing at a time. Let's try to put all of this behind us for now and focus on escaping. Sei nodded. Sorry. Thank you, Echo. Thanks for what? You don't have to, but you care about everyone. I can see why Ashley wanted to protect you, so I'm gonna try that again. Oh my god. I can see why Ashley wanted to protect you so much. Yeah. Can we talk to Lyle? Oh yeah. Are you going or what? Yeah, I don't know what to expect. I believe Gaia will be willing to talk, if that's what you're worried about. She's been isolated. Oh, she's been isolated in that testing chambers. In the testing chamber. She's been isolated in the testing chambers for what I can imagine must have been a long time. Yeah, but do you think this all could have been avoided? There's no use dwelling on that now. What's done is done. We should push forward. So true, so true, so true, King. God, Echo looks so cool. Day 5. Congratulations. The rest of the class has been eliminated thanks to your tireless efforts. So I did it, eh? Yes, Zero, you've won the ultimate prize. But may I ask something? Why did you use an alias? Isn't it obvious? This game's all about distrust, a fake name to stir up trouble, of course. It's too easy. I see. By utilizing that distrust, you've earned yourself the final prize, Zero. Or rather, Akihiko Quartz, the ultimate radio host. I did it. The prize is yours. You rightfully won your place, and will join your friend in the winner's circle. You have become one of them. Huh? You have become the ultimate prize. Hold on, what are you talking about? Join her. That's Gaia. This is where she's been? She's been with us, benefiting the world. That can't be right. And you will become another prized ultimate student alongside her. No. Uh-oh. Lore time? Hey, Gaia? Oh, hello, Echo. I drifted into the testing chambers, spotting Gaia hovering over one of the capsules. A look of misery darkened her face. Are you okay? Gaia sniffed as she stared at the capsule containing Akihiko's body. It was impossible to tell if he was breathing, let alone alive. I'll be fine. I was just recalling something. Where are the others? Oh, they're upstairs. I want to talk to you alone. Gaia remained silent, awaiting my next sentence. I don't know, but I didn't know where to start. She noticed my hesitation and left her place in front of the capsule. She gestured for me to sit at the workstation chair as she paced slowly in front of me. You must have a lot of questions. But first, if you'll spare me a moment to share my story. I nodded. I was curious to know what possibly led her to this place. The Preservation Project's killing game, known as an endeavor to create the ultimate prize. Look at Echo. Look at Echo. Distrust is to be expected on day 1. The roster was always specifically curated to create pairs, testing the bonds between people. The crux of the game relies on broken bonds, applying pressure and motivation to spark fire. From there, everything following will stoke the flames and catalyze. But seeing as so many of you still survived despite the remaining time, I wonder what went differently. Nonetheless, I must say, I'm pleased with the results. I realize it's very difficult to hope in things, in the darkest times especially, is when our minds wander, thoughts led astray, distorted by fear. As a cartographer, I create maps for places on Earth that are far greater than my own being. The vast plains, the pulsating sea, the tunneling caves. To search somewhere in the greater picture for an ultimate good, beyond my perceived world of existence, it's difficult. I realize Pandora and I are very different. She searched within individuals as I searched the world. However, we were looking to spark and inspire the same thing, hope. Despair can control our lives if you let the fear and darkness of your heart run amok. If you allow those inklings to escape. Thoughts of terror will command the reins. How are we to combat such intrusions? Well, answers may vary widely. Nevertheless, there are strategies in the resistance. I must admit something. The very thing that might be plaguing your concerns, your talent, the ultimate memory. I fabricated it in an attempt to foil Zero's preconceptions of the game's participants. My eyes widen. I have no words. The notion of an intangible talent like that was meant to play a part of a placebo in your mind. A talent Zero couldn't test the abilities of. One only you could measure. I had hoped it would give you some peace of mind, what with your worries of not belonging. But memory? Not exactly. To give you the technical term, if you had the talent pertaining to memory, you would have been properly deemed the ultimate minimist. However, to give a okay, I'm not gonna say that title would prompt Zero to test it. I cannot allow it. What kind of test would he have given? Oh, the most immediately telling test would be would be speed cards. You are given a deck of shuffled cards in which you have to recite all 52 in the exact order as fast as possible. If you were an alternate student, that fact would have been quickly dashed or proven with one simple test, and my counterattack against Zero would have failed. What? That said, I was purposefully non-specific in bestowing this ultimate memory upon you. I had hopes it would gel Cyrus's falsified talent. I had hopes it would gel with Cyrus's falsified talents of charisma. I admit it was an interesting decision he made with that one. Wait. Although I had not been speaking, I felt breathless. So I was just a tool? I felt a stone drop in my stomach. No, a tool is a far cry from what I would call you. You exhibited a strength I did not expect, which was the ability to see through Zero's ploy. Strength? And more importantly, you saved your fellow students. You are a wild card. Or perhaps you did indeed wield a special ability. You maintain your constitution, even under immense pressure and stress. Stop! Oh. Gaia was shocked into silence at my by my outburst. I'm just making shit up. Gaia, I understand that you must have been through a lot. I really do. But to manipulate us, around in a game as pawns, isn't that too cruel? Isn't that action in itself becoming just as bad as the people who trapped you in here in the first place? Utilizing ultimate students as a means to an end? You are a product of your test. You should know better than anyone to toy with people's lives. Gaia clenched her hands together, and her eyes fell into a glazed state. I could see her straining to adjust her thoughts. She blinked slowly, and her gaze met mine once more. I apologize. Putting you through this, it wasn't meant to happen. It's true, I failed to cultivate the hope required to withstand pressures of a killing game. I failed Akihiko in the end. It's not that. I think you need to take a step back. People aren't just instruments to be molded for use. As far as I've seen, everyone here, ultimate students notwithstanding, has the potential to inspire hope. But we won't get anywhere by recklessly pulling strings, nor will we get any results by forcing a result. Gaia was silent and unmoving, as if she were holding her breath. I'm sorry. Pop. I never understood Pandora's methods, but I think I see now what she was doing. Her ways of inspiring hope would start small, and would crescendo and grow into something more powerful. Why did I not see it until now? It's too late to mourn the past. Perhaps some things are just meant to happen. All we can do is take small steps forward toward the future, each moment after. Gaia sighed and nodded. I just realized, I was about to say, this thing isn't really spinning right now. She fell silent once again. Her expression was tight. Her head wilted, heavy with regret. I mean, Echo, you're still pretty special. Like, let's be real. You literally have escaped death twice. I returned upstairs to give Gaia some time. After a moment, I ushered the others down to the testing chambers. When I came back, Gaia was back at the workstation, focused on the monitors once again. Missy and Say lingered through the testing chambers, anxiously looking at the containment units and monitors. Sei stiffened before Akihiko's unit, but instead of reacting in any way, she remained unmoving. Zero said we're on a ship, yeah? So where's the bridge? Let's dock and get the hell out of here, once and for all. If we're on a ship, wouldn't the bridge be near the trial grounds? Zero did say that the trial grounds was within a superstructure. HMCS blah 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 is much larger than you've seen. The collection of rooms you were privy to was only within the quarter deck. There are a number of bridges scattered across the ship, as there are other rooms. I don't care about the other rooms. Just tell us where the navigation center. Just tell us where the navigation station, command center, control room, whatever it is then. We have to steer this thing toward land so we don't die at sea. Zero said you got us into this mess, so you better help us get out of it. Gaia was quiet. She had an apprehensive look in her eye, but remained typing at the workstation. That is, you will help us, right? Despite what she had gone through, Gaia's intentions were difficult to read. I couldn't tell whether or not she wanted to escape. Gaia directed our attention to several monitors and pulled up several images of. I can't see a thing in these monitors. What are you showing us? Wait, what is that? That looks like some kind of squid? Well, that only makes sense. We are sailing on the sea. Yeah, but why can't we see anything outside? A feeling of dread froze my blood as I gazed at the near black screens. There's no clear view of the outside because we are at the bottom of the sea. What? I scuttled the ship. I did what I believed would be the most beneficial for all of us trapped here. That can't be. The atrium and the trial grounds have both revealed the changing skies to us throughout the day. Simple glass projections. This ship is equipped with bleeding-edge technology. It could come to no surprise, seeing as its engineer is also an ultimate student. And how exactly did you think sinking us all was going to help? What were you really planning? To bring us to our deaths at the bottom of the sea? We've been fooled again. It's nothing like that. This is how I prevented another group of students from falling into the hands of the Preservation Project's experiment. Gaia, tell us. What is the Preservation Project? I gulped. Even after all this time, I wasn't sure if I wanted to truly hear what the project was. The Preservation Project, It's a group that provides safe housing for ultimate students, protecting them from whatever could endanger them from utilizing their talents proper. That's what it is. Between the whispers between the whispers between the ultimate students outside these walls. However, the truth of the matter is that everything you've previously known about the project is smokes and mirrors. The project's activities, the safe house, the earthquakes themselves, it's a front for the project's true intention to create an ultimate student, or to create the ultimate student. Something of this magnitude and effect would obviously require immense resources. The people responsible for taking art under their wing lobbied for the resources necessary to pull this off. And the powers that fabricated the scenario are the products And the powers that fabricated the scenario are the product of ultimate students, just like ourselves. How is that possible? Thought manipulation. With the correct seeds planted, one known as the ultimate I don't know what that means, was able to cause distress, pushing students toward the project's so-called safe house. The reach of their ability required two keys, something visual and something ordinary. Auditory. Okay. One of those seeds must have been the letters we all received. There was a distinct watermark at the bottom of the letter. That must have been the visual key. And the auditory key must have been Aki's voice. And the auditory key must have been Aki's voice casting the project information out. Therefore, the reason why Echo wasn't aware of any of this was because they never experienced exposure to either of the keys. I was speechless. So, it was a mistake that I was included in this group at all. But, after being here to help everyone, it would be cruel to call this a mistake. Oh, Echo. Lyle and Missy took time with Gaia to survey the setting we found ourselves in. The ship was constructed with the vision of housing ultimate talent students in swaths of great comfort. The preservation project acquired it soon after its conception as the location for its experiments. A constantly moving location that had been difficult to reach by ordinary means. The conductors of the experiment were situated offshore to prevent loss of people in their own ranks. The game was to be remotely conducted with Proxy serving as host. Zero occupied the service, offering himself to be the side of despair after his own win. To combat their puppet strings, Gaia stripped the group of our whereabouts by taking control of their main assets and casting it far beyond their reach. Our underwater demise sat 3,000 meters beneath the pulsing icy pressure of North Atlantic Ocean. The closest land was the shore of Greenland. The situation felt bleak, but Gaia reassured us that somehow she had prepared for this. She ideally wished to be able to save everyone. Regardless, 5 survivors was a victory still in her eyes. Gaia's relenting search through the testing chamber's database revealed little about the preservation project group. She was frustrated, but determined still. Though she was a winner, there had been others that had been removed from the testing chambers due to poor health or experimentation overextension. Even among the array of winners, she had little company. Who are in there? There have to be other people, right? It's not just Aki. The 6 of us were steeped in thought as Gaia continued employing herself in search for knowledge. But it seemed that nothing damningly confidential was saved on location. Exasperated at the lack of further information on the private group that held her captive, Gaia silently threw up her arms in defeat. Sigh, we should leave. There's nothing more I can do here. I wish to attack the land site and subsequent lurking agents. I nodded. Lyle managed to stay patient this time. Lyle managed to stay patient this long and readied himself in anticipation to aid in proper escape. Missy returned again after a short visit to retrieve the personnel files Cyrus had. Kenan was still as ever. We stood to exit the testing chambers, but Say remained lost in thought. What about him? It was clear she didn't know how to address her lost friend, turned despair vessel. Gaia paused. Her heavy eyes cast dark downward gaze. There's no denying it. Zero Aki is no longer with us. Her voice was stern. Gaia started toward the door without a break in her step. Wait, what is it? We ought to board the escape pod and make hasty retreat. It is unwise to stay longer than we need to. I know, but don't you feel sad? After all, you're the one who had to stop him. That was my decision. I can no longer take back my actions, can I? I suppose not, but what choice did I have? There are far greater concerns that need to be addressed. I can't be burdened with such feelings, not when there's so much to be done. ... Gaia, I know you want to push forward, but why not take a step back and let yourself feel those feelings? I mean, you don't seem like the kind to wallow in emotion, but it would be good to acknowledge the fact that you've been trapped here without help. And now we can help you, or at least I want to. I myself must atone for my mistakes. I can't stop just because I regret my actions. Her jaw clenched as those words escaped through gnashed teeth. Who was Akihiko? Gaia's eyes softened. Her shoulders felt slack as she let out a slow sigh. Just like all the others we've lost, he was a friend. A piece of me now gone missing. These parts of me have been carved out. The parts that Pandora called her sister, and the parts that Akihiko called his friend. Those pieces of me no longer exist. Death owns those memories. Her eyes glassed over in deep oblivion. Oh, there you go. Gaia. It's a dreadful thing I forced you all into. No one else was meant to bear these horrible experiences except me. You shouldn't have to fight through these feelings alone. It's my responsibility due to my failure. Shouldn't I be the sole recipient of such consequences? I would let despair destroy me first. I would let despair destroy me first if it meant I were able to command its damage singularly to one and none other. Gaia, all your efforts would be meaningless if you let yourself be killed before making any change. Indeed, such a loss would be absurd if you didn't make a significant move to stop the project that apprehended you so. And, well, I don't know what it means to you, but I still have this. Say produced a small golden disc. Oh, it was a compass. So, don't let despair consume you yet. We're depending on you, just as you can depend on us. The room was still. I could hear the blood plumping. I could hear the blood pumping in my ears as Gaia pondered her purpose. Of course. I don't know what you're saying, but pop off, I guess. Let me look at the log. Okay. Long live the Eternal War. Okay. Leaving the testing chambers, Gaia led us to the elevator. Similarly to the infirmary, on the opposite side of the side of the elevator cab doors opened to reveal a long dark hallway. The six of us trudged through the industry hallway. The six of us trudged through the industrial hallway in hushed conversation. Gaia led the way. I followed close, and everyone else bunched together behind, as if they were still unsure whether Gaia was trustworthy or not. Gaia, I have to know something. Why did you nurse Ashley back to health just before her execution? You've had to have known she was the culprit, right? I didn't wish to leave you two on poor terms. Oh. What? I observed. If I recall correctly, you and Ashley were on little speaking terms just before she went to confront Cyrus. Yeah, but it was clear to me that Ashley was powerfully driven, that nothing would stop her when she set her mind to something, and that something in this case was putting your well-being above her own. Why she did that, of course I cannot say. You ought to know better than I do. To soften the blow of the inevitable, I tried in all earnest to bring her back, to see a familiar face one more time. The hallway seemed to stretch forever. POV walking. Echo? You are quite brave. Brave? In the past days, you stood tall against the face of such. In the past days, you stood tall against the face of so much anguish. What are you talking about? I'm not brave. I'm just trying to fend off these awful feelings. I can't stop thinking about what Ashley did for me. Would it not be easier to cast away the memories of those who passed? Forgetting what happened here would be depriving them of their last memory. I let out a pathetic scoff. Isn't it weaker to cling to outcomes that we can't change anymore? I wouldn't go that far. The fact remains, Pandora was inspired. She saw something special about you. Is that so? Like a candle, the small flame creates a vignette of salvation to cut through darkness while steadily burning their wax bodies away. That said, the next torch awaits even the slightest bit of fire. We turned a corner and were met with a hatch door. I climbed into the escape pod. Oh, that's the end? What? Oh. I miss Forte so much. I miss Cyrus. Bro, I'm so sad. Bro, I'm so sad. Bro, I'm heartbroken. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. What the? Hexagon? Hello? I'm so sad. These characters are still gonna live in my head though. No questions about it. Is that it? Is that it? I mean, it does say Finn, to be fair. Probably can't see it on stream though. He's my PN YouTuber. Oh, it's not the end yet. Oh my god, okay, yeah, yippee! Okay, well, it's gonna end soon, but. The low drone of ocean water rolling against the outer walls filled the escape capsule, causing our small group to fall silent and tense. How long has it been? 44 minutes. It felt like an eternity has passed. Say made an exquisitive murmur as she relayed the time, gazing at one of her wristwatches. She simultaneously caught a glimpse of the killing game bracelet. I turned the chain around and noticed mine was the same. Rather than reflect the previous rose gold, our bracelets had turned a hue of pure, bright yellow gold. It seemed to notate victory from the game. No one had any desire to make small talk during our resurfacing, as if conversation would distract from our escape. Exhaustion hung over everyone's face. Apprehensive eyes cast a dark shadow across the metal exterior. ... Exclamation point. Missy let out a sharp gasp. Hey, are you okay? Oh no. It's the poison, right? Everyone was alert as Missy began to shake, her breathing broken. She looked like she was in pain. Oh no. Oh no, what's wrong? Then everyone started to react similarly. My head is killing. No, please, no. What's going on? Not this again. I was horrified. Everyone was suffering right before my eyes. And as soon as their pain began, they fell still. No way, no way! I grabbed Cannon by her shoulders and shook her firmly. I heard small breaths escape. I looked at the others to see if they were, fortunately, still breathing. They're okay. Oh, okay, it's not the poison, thank God. This is the doing of the ultimate. I don't know what that is. I'll have to figure it out. Their adverse reactions mirror the events that took place when they were captured in the first place. We've been trapped. Huh? How? Not sure. The preservation project must be pursuing our wrecked ship. Zero must have sent a radio signal on the land site before I stopped him. Zero must have sent a radio signal to the land site before I stopped him. But how are you alright? They must assume I'm dead. A regrettable assumption for them. I was speechless. Just when I thought it was over, a new complication threw itself before our escape. And me? Gaia looked at me with raised eyebrows. She was surprised. You're lucky. ... Cannon, Lyle, Missy, and Say were all in an unresponsive state. It seemed like they were rendered unconscious. So, what now? There's nothing we can do to stop whoever is awaiting our arrival from discovering us. We're going to have to resurface and see what happens from there. Prepare yourself. Prepare myself? Be ready for whatever happens. Don't be idle when we're discovered. It's inevitable. The best thing we can do is be prepared. I nodded. Ooh. It's true. We're going to be It's true. We are going to be helpless to take action until we got out of the escape pod. I steadied my breathing and closed my eyes. I let the sound of rolling water fill my thoughts. And ... I racked my brain thinking about that evening. Oh my god, we're gonna do this one again? Okay. Alright, thanks for the lift. And be careful about your ankle. I can't believe you insist on driving it even though it's broken. It's no problem at all. Besides, my ankle is almost done healing, so it's no big deal. It's not like I drive with that foot anyway. I'm just worried, since I can't walk you to the door. I wanted to see if Applejack was in a petty mood today. My house is right there. You don't need to worry. And if she is, I'll make sure to give that kitty a good scratching for you. Alright, thanks. Night, Ash. Good night, Echo. That's a dot. Her porch light hasn't turned on. She usually turns it on for a minute, so I know she made it in, but I should get out and see what's going on. Ow. Click. Oh, there it is. Well, time to get back. Ring ring. That's a dot. Westbridge Stables. Hello, sir. It's Echo. I was just calling to see if Ashley got in okay. I couldn't reach her cell. Hello, Echo. Why, she's just fine. I believe she's busy with a small matter at the moment, but there's nothing to worry about. Oh, can I ask what's wrong? Nothing. Oh, nothing is wrong. Nothing at all. In fact, it's all very good news. She was approached by a gentleman who is responding to an inquiry in regards to her horseback riding. It's a fantastic opportunity, that one. I wasn't even aware she signed herself up for such prestigious thing. I'm told that pro golfer blank fellow is going to be there too. I see. That's great to hear. I'm absolutely chuffed. My girl is off doing great things, I tell you. It's a winding process, as I'm told, so it'll be a while yet before she'll be able to spare the time. I see. Please wish her luck for me. I'll have to give her a call back when she's free to hear about it. When she's free to hear about it. Oh wait, I'll have to give her a call back when she's free to hear all about it. Will do. I'll make sure I'm sure she'll be over the moon talking your ear off when all the formalities have been taken care of. And Echo? I'm happy Ashley has a friend like you. Thank you for taking care of her. Oh. Not a problem. It's the least I could do. No. No. Well, guys, I guess that's the end. I guess it's time for me to go to bed. Yeah, let me quit. Alright. Well, that's the end. I'm so sad it ended. And I'm sorry for like the mid lag for like during the trial. I'm probably gonna have to refilm that myself, but yeah. Oh my god. So sad. I miss them. I miss them all already. But yeah. Thank you for watching. And if you're still thank you for watching. And if you're watching the VODs, thank you for watching. And feel free to follow my Twitter. I tweet funny tweets, or I retweet stuff, or I tweet about, events like today's firework festival or yesterday's firework festival. From the Ham SMP. So, feel free to follow my Twitter if you want, those updates. And yeah, I will mute and I'll end whenever I want to. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.